transplantation is something not new to our country. Do you know that we are the people, India is the country where the transplantation was started, and if you know the definition of transplantation, of course the act was passed in 1994, but we know it on documentation that we know this process maybe 2500 since 2500 years. How do we know? Because I keep on reading those treaties, stories, Pali literature. I don't know Pali, they translated Pali, and treaties of monks. I came across with the reference that there was a Buddhist monk who was suffering with a wound in his thigh which was not non-healing. If today the same wound is subjected to the surgeon, he may think towards the side of the cancer and malignancy. Non-healing wound means in old ages it was believed that probably somebody is suffering from the cancer. And MBBS trainees know that all the ulcers have their different criterias. So what I was trying to tell you that 2500 years back, one Buddhist monk developed a non-healing wound. And there was no remedy available. Nearly 30 odd types of the medicines were available in India, and these were mainly herbo-mineral. These medicines were applied, the ointments were also applied, but the wound was not healing. Country was largely Buddhist country during those days. 84,000 stupas and different kinds of the hospitals, even hospital for the birds and animals were first built up in Sri Lanka by the great king, so-called as Ashoka. So in bargain as to what to do, this monk was just hankering here and there, and he came across to a lady who was just a worshipper. Supio saw that the Bhante is suffering. She chopped off a pound of flesh from her thigh and gave it to the Bhante. And the flesh was applied on the wound with subsequent treatment, available treatment during those days, and the wound of Bhikkhu was healed. Buddha came to know about it. Buddha came to know that some Upasika lady has donated flesh from her thigh to a ailing Bhante, and Bhante subsequently healed. Buddha also knew the instantaneous healing by practice of Dhamma. Buddha has enormous mind power. Enormous mind power. Someday I will explain few of those things. Buddha summoned the Supio. Supio came to her, and Buddha, by virtue of his mind power, healed that wound instantaneously. Without scar, even the scar was not left. And this is documented in Pali literature by, monks. They never tell lies. So the story told was absolutely correct. Then that means the donation of either organ or some part or some tissue, everything is covered under the organ donation. Then the Buddha passed a resolution after that. That is more interesting. That from now onward, without a proper consent, without a proper guideline, without a proper need evaluation, the organ donation or the tissue donation would not be done. It immediately implies that there had been frequent donations available during that time. So we are the people actually who taught to the entire globe that the organ donation or the tissue donation was a system which was followed in this country when the world did not know about the organ donation. Now, of course, we lagged behind. Now we have donations, cadaveric donations, we have biological donations, we have non-biological donations. Cadaveric donations, we know these cadavers, if available and declared to be brainstem dead, the organs can be harvested. Simple. Not much complication until somebody is dealing with medico-legal cases. There probably a permission from a level of magistrate is required. As far as the live donations are concerned, live donations, you know, the blood-related donors are available, maybe wife, husband, daughter, son, etc., etc. Those are the biological donors, and transplantation can be achieved following harvesting of a tissue or organ, whatever is required. Unrelated non-biological donors, you know, anybody can donate to anybody after screening, having gone through different investigation history. The scenario in our country is very poor, in fact. Nearly 1 lakh people develop renal failure in our country, and barely maybe 2,500 odd or 3,000 maximum transplants are being performed. That's a very poor scenario, very poor affair. A country which has every minute an accident and every 4 minutes a death, it is, and one body can do good to nearly 50 patients, mind it. One body is, if availed, it can be good enough to donate the different kinds of the tissues and viscera to nearly 50 ailing people. The country which is champion in road traffic accident and brainstem death is devoid of this benefit, and many people are ailing and suffering. What is lagging behind that this hall probably would have been filled up by journalists, by school students, by maybe policy makers on this side, maybe by a robust campaign for the awareness. Until the awareness is being spread at different levels, probably this can never be possible. How can it be made possible? We know that nearly 50,000 per year hearts are required for the transplantation. We could do 30, 50, maybe 100 or so. The figure is so meager, and I have already said about the renal transplantation. 1 lakh kidneys are required. 1 lakh people develop renal failure, and we don't have kidneys. So all that is required in our country, leaving aside the biological or non-biological transplantation and donations, if we can create an awareness, if we will have to do it on war footing in order to evade the diseased bodies. And brainstem death is the most simple. The criteria are very well defined today. We need not to do any new thing for that. If somebody has brainstem death, he is declared as brain death. It may be somatic physiological death or it is brainstem death. Both the deaths are death. There is no ambiguity on the globe today on this issue. What all is required, that one physician, one surgeon, one medical officer deputed by medical superintendent in an institute who does not have neurologists or neurosurgeons are good enough to certify anybody as brainstem death. And there is hardly any trick involved in it. You need to declare that the brainstem is not functioning. There are simple criteria available today. There should be irreversible loss of consciousness, which cannot be assigned either because of hypoxemia or because of intoxication or because of hypothermia or because of endocrinopathies. If those conditions are met with the one criteria satisfied, then we come for the testing of brain stem reflexes. We test gag reflex, we test corneal reflex, we see the pupil size, we see the pupil reaction, we see the Dahl's eye movements, we see the motor response, we see a respiratory drive-by apnea test. These are the tests which, if these are performed 2-3 times, and I have done it during my training in All India Institute. In order to mismatch, in order to cater the demand of many patients coming in All India Institute during the days when the ICUs were not developed in the rest of the country, we tend to declare the patient brain stem death, and we tend to declare them in order to, decrease the expenses, in order to offer a life to a dying patient. So all that is required today to spread an awareness for organ donation. And we should emphasize in our country, because we have a stigma of religiosity. Religiosity is practiced in this country in a very profound manner. If Shankarji drinks a drop of milk in Jammu, the same day the Shankarji drinks that in, Kanyakumari also. So if somehow this can be linked with the religiosity, probably the awareness can come very fast. We need to find out the mode and modalities and ways as to how the rampant awareness can be sent across the country for the need of organ donation and for the need of harvesting, for the need of transplantation. The transplant centers are developing in different parts of the countries. Of course, the Jharkhand cannot remain devoid of it. I think we should make this awareness program in a more profound manner in order to reach the common person as to ultimately what you do. You burn the body or you bury the body. This body is hardly remain of any use. One will have to lure these people, attract these people. That what wrong if the same eyes can be used for somebody for visualization, the colorful world. What wrong if one kidney is already functioning and other kidney is offered to somebody? What wrong if one time's bone marrow transplantation is done? What wrong if some part of the bone can be offered to somebody? So these are the things for life donations and transplantation. So as long as the road traffic accident and brain stem deaths are too much in our country, the organ donation should not be a problem. We should pledge, we should try, we should prepare a team, we should try to propagate, we should put different kinds of the hoardings, we should put CCD and these monitors where the display should be done, and I think it should be done at the level of RIMS also. Thank you very much.